Hi there, welcome. Thank you for being here for your tarot oracle reading in the Greek. Let's get you some clarity and see what's going on overall in the energy, what messages would be helpful. We are going to start the reading with the career and life oracle and just kind of see how it flows. Also, Rose is right here behind the tripod, so I'm hoping she's a good girl and doesn't get too close to the camera. Right now she's just drying herself off. So let's get you some clarity. This reading's timeless, collective, see what resonates, and always follow and trust the divine guidance in you and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so that your decisions are sound. They are based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. I can already tell that I'm gonna need my glasses for these cards, so pardon me while I reach in my waterproof bag. Okay, let's go. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What is the most important message for the collective right now when it comes to life in general and career? Please and thank you. You have to express yourself. For some of you, you have to start a journal or you're writing a business plan, but you need to be involved in work where you have more freedom to express yourself. Maybe more creativity, where your ideas are heard, because I feel like you have a lot of really good ideas, and I just heard solutions. I see a key. I don't know why I see a key. Maybe somebody's ready to hand you a key, or maybe that key is you starting even your own business, because if you're around others and you feel like, I'm getting that there might be some of you who are in an environment where you're not being heard and you should be. You need to, I'm even getting start to branch out. That could even be just attending a class, doing something creative at home, starting a new project. I feel like those branches are going to start to grow and connect, I don't know, to the next branch over. Maybe you're going to hop timelines, or even be able, I'm getting multitask, be able to do more than one thing at a time. So more than one career, maybe you do something on the weekend, but I feel like then there's a blend, because now I see a forest, like the branches entwining. So maybe it's where you can blend the skill or expertise you have in different areas of your life. What does this actually say? I'm not sure. Expression. Also, maybe some of you see feathers, or you do something with jewelry or beads. It also looks like, I feel like some of you might do something with hair. I know that's really weird, but I saw that and it reminded me of like a hair comb. Maybe some of you do something that involves metal or jewelry. But I see you putting a stamp on something. Maybe that's even a trademark or something like that. You need work that lets you. It also invites you to express your creative self. You could do well at writing, blogging, or a career in communication. For some of you, it's the knowledge you have that you can teach about. But for some of you, it's not even your knowledge or your experience, it's your voice. Or it's the way you present something. Maybe you're kind of a goofy puss, or maybe, you know, you have like really amazing style. But I'm kind of getting that it's just your naturalness, whatever your natural capability or expression is. I just heard you are more than capable. So maybe some of you are even telling yourself that, nah, you know, you just like to follow the rules, or you're just going to do, I feel like you don't want to do what they say. I kind of feel like some of you need to break the rules a little bit, but it's not like totally breaking the rules. I kind of feel like you're kind of just bending them. You know, you're getting away with something, and I feel like maybe that ends up in turn breaking the rules. Let's get you another one. What is another message for the collective that's watching this on life, career, expression, getting creative? Yeah, because you're an innovator. Because you're an inventor, because you're the one that thinks outside the box, that bends the rules, that breaks the rules. You're the one that comes up with an idea. Nobody else knew how to put those gears together, but you figured it out. So for some of you, I did see a trademark. For some of you, this is not, my earrings are a little weird today. For some of you, this is like a particular card in this deck that likes to come out for you guys. So some of you are inventors. You're like the magician. You come up with a solution or an idea. What is that thing? Like I was today's age when I figured this out. For some of you, I feel like it's something like that. You're coming up with a solution to an everyday problem that everyone has, and maybe you just have like a device or something in your, I just saw in your silverware drawer, and I see like duct tape and rubber bands and something that seems really simple just put together. You're like, oh, it's so much easier to do this. But I feel like it's actually genius. It's brilliant. And maybe there's a way to put it does have you writing something down. Maybe you're writing, down a business plan, or getting your notes together for a book, or instructions for something. But I feel like if they're instructions, I kind of feel like you're sending them to, I want to say like a factory or someplace where you're getting like a prototype, your first mold made, something like that, where maybe you just kind of put your odds and ends together, but you're going to get something manufactured. I'm getting like really good quality on whatever it is. You will need to come up with new strategies to keep your plans in motion. So you have to think outside the box. There's something where your old way of doing something is not going to get you as far as that new idea blending into whatever you were pursuing or doing or moving with. So old ways are outdated. It's like you're going around the block with your fancy Cadillac and you're still playing the 8-track. Woo, this current's like stronger than I thought. There's something where you're not even moving up to, the MP3s or something in your phone. It's like you're going to get that next step that no one's thought of yet. But maybe you're doing something that's, I don't know, connecting to the past somehow. I don't know if you can like improve the 8-track, but, or if any of you even know what an 8-track is. Probably most of you at least know what a tape is, or a CD, but all are becoming outdated somehow. So invent, create, and test ideas. You have to be like the magician. If one thing does not work, try it a different way. Throw a monkey wrench in that situation and see if that way works. Don't get frustrated with yourself if something doesn't happen the first time, the first try. Because when it does, I just see gold now. I actually see gold like falling from the sky. It's going to be like a golden opportunity, or bring a lot of prosperity in your life. And I looked at that exactly on 8. It will. It's going to bring prosperity in your life, abundance. Like it's just falling from the sky for you. Ooh, that wind feels really nice. All right, let's get one more. Uno más. Please and thank you. What's one more for the collective? Because I like that. It's like a boat. Can I make it look like it's on the water? Look at your current situation. So whatever your current situation, whether you're coming up with solution. Rose, watch that, please. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, go sit down. She's making a cameo here. Your current situation is just a means to an end. So there's something that's going to end. This is you getting across the horizon to another shore. And you're making the uncertain, you're having, balls in this situation here to lose sight of the shore, to do something a little daring, to take a little risk, to go without the map, to go to new territory. It's going to be worth it. Don't get stuck in the comfort zone because it's what you know. You are making the uncertain voyage to a new world. A whole new world. Hey, maybe you're going to go on a magic carpet instead of a boat. Enjoy the discoveries as you go. So you're not going to just have one little invention here. It's a continual journey that you're having. I also feel like with that boat, now I see a treasure hunt. It's like maybe you do get the map, maybe you do get the key, but you got to get on the boat and get to that magical island. And then I'm getting that you do discover something, but it's more like clues along the way. It's not even about what's at the end. I feel like what you're gathering along this path is even bigger than that treasure chest at the end. Because it says there's just something that's like a means to an end. So it's the journey that's the treasure. Let's continue. I looked at that at 10:10. So maybe Wheel of Fortune times 2. Oh, I have something I brought again. I picked 30 cards from the, oh, I think they got a little wet when I opened my bag here. So 30 cards from the Words of Truth. Oh, I just scared Rose. Sorry, babe. Sorry, babe. Watch your little paw there. It's very close to the tripod. Thank you. And I'm just going to read them to you and see if they correlate or resonate to you, your situation. I do find that these cards kind of ring true for whatever you're going through. So let's just see what comes out. Well, the first one's Lovers. So Lovers, appropriate place, indulgence, them, others in the environment. This deck came with a couple of blank cards. You can see that I've had them for a while. Them, pushing, generational pattern, synergy, form, destiny, appropriate time. So they're all wet. Appropriate time, commitment, senses, change, inappropriate relationship, purity, wow, clarity, understanding, I like to say understanding, listening, self-image, future, incompletion, words of truth, appropriate relationship, rejuvenation, ease, trust. What is that? Mind, impeccability. That's a good word. Exhaustion. Right. So I'm gonna leave you with those. These are all wet. I feel like I need to lay them out so they don't get all wackadoo. Let me put these on the towel. I'll be right back. Stick with the life theme for a moment, and this is the clarifying life situations. It is a very big deck of cards. So what you see, Rose is on the lookout for me here today. She's on bear patrol. So let's see what would be helpful to know on clarifying life situations. Let's get a little clarity for you guys. Clarity for the collective, please, and thank you. The touch. That's what I need my glasses. The touch of kindness. Show kindness through small gestures. Compliment your partner. Hold their hand or do something thoughtful for them. Notice how it strengthens your bond. It's the little things. So whether this is a business partner, your bestie, somebody you work with, or your lover, there's something that's coming through for you to know about paying attention to the little things. If this is somebody new coming in your life and it's a new bond that is forming, this is remembering the names of their siblings. This is knowing how they like their coffee. This is the little weird, I'm getting quirks that maybe they've told you about that most people just don't notice and you do. I feel like there's also strangers here. So I see you like holding open the door for a stranger. You know, you see somebody that needs to cross the street and you're like, go ahead. Or you let somebody out and you're like, thank you, peace. Or, you know, saying thank you if somebody lets you out. It's these small little things that just put little bursts of love in your everyday world and others. Being thoughtful. I'm also getting for some of you, if somebody did something sweet or generous for you, it's sending them at least a thank you text. But I feel like maybe for some of you, it's even like old school mail call, you know, like sending a beautiful handwritten thank you in the mail. I'm even seeing if you have like I see like a gathering, and I feel like there's one person in particular that stayed a little late to make sure that, you know, your kitchen wasn't a disaster and like just did the dishes for you, or, you know, cleaned up all the red Solo cups from your party, whatever it is. I feel like it's something like it's saying thank you to those small things, but like you do a little extra than just, hey, thanks for helping me clean up. It's like, I actually see somebody getting flowers, but not on their birthday, just because. That's really sweet. Remember to send flowers just because. So let's go to the tarot on these. I have my little plastic box here, and I think I had to bring my big bag to bring the box, but I like how I can kind of see the cards in plastic and they're not all over the place. So let's clarify with tarot: the touch of kindness, innovation, passage, expression. Please and thank you. What would be helpful for the collective to know? Bicicleta. I don't know why I said that in Spanish. That is one of my favorite Spanish words. I also love the word chancletas, and I don't know why. I just love to say it. Maybe some of you connect to the Latin culture, or you are a bicycle enthusiast, or I'm even seeing like a marathon or something like that. Maybe for some of you, it's just being a little more green and taking your bicycle to work. Also getting in a little, you know, cardio at the same time. Enjoy your life with bicycle. Just with bicycle. like that's its name. Maybe you're giving your bike a name. I do feel like if some of you do like ride the other bikes, like vroom, vroom, like it totally should have a name. Also, they always name boats, you know? So maybe you're naming your car. If your car doesn't have a name, today's the name to name her or him. Premium quality, 6 of pleasures. So this is like, hold on, I can't remember. The pleasures is, I think that's, I just want to make sure that I get it right. The pleasures is like fire, right? Meals. Sometimes these cards, I don't use these very often, bear with me. Drinks, water. Meals, definitely earth. Tools, air, yep, fire. So 6 of fire is also victory. Wait, I should do this. Victory. You're having a victory here. You're feeling on top of your game. You're moving along on the right road, but you're doing it with your own momentum. Your own energy is what's getting you farther, but you're getting farther than if you were just moseying along and walking. So there is something that is helping you transport to that victorious energy. Sometimes it takes a lot of training to have that victory, and sometimes it's an easy road. I always feel like with the 6 of fire, you have to have a little recognition not to stay up there on the high horse or the banana seat for way too long, or you're gonna get a little sore in the crotch. You know, you're gonna be walking like a cowboy or cowgirl. So you do have to eventually get off and see. I feel like it's always gratitude somehow. That gratitude energy correlates and connects to that energy of feeling like you're winning. So it's, oh, what's on you, babe? You have a bug on you. I got it. So it's having gratitude to your trainers, gratitude towards the people that gave you a hard lesson, gratitude towards your supporters, all of it. The more gratitude you give out, the more in turn comes back to you. Maybe you are taking a different turn. I do feel like for some reason you're exploring. I said something about the A-track, right? It says it's the oldest bicycle shop in town. So maybe there's something, I feel like this is extra for some of you. You might be buying a business or you know, I saw that in innovation, like updating, you know, something wasn't working, and now I hear mom and pop. Like I think of like an old cafe that's been there for a long time. Rose, where you going, babe? Over here. Thank you. And maybe you're going into a business and it's been there like 100 years, and you're like, wow, you guys could really do a lot better if you did this with your advertising, or maybe had this in your system, you know, with the computer so something can flow, or the inventory would be different or something like that. I feel like you're gonna really get something moving. You're also going to be seen as that star energy, because I feel like you're gonna think of something they just didn't know about. Maybe these are people that have run a business the same way for 30 years, and maybe that kind of works, but there's a way to, I just heard coexist. It's just a piece of grass, babe. Or make something blend together. I do feel like there's something you have to remain true to that comes from the past. I also feel like some of you might, I actually hear buy a business, but maybe you're keeping the original name, keeping the integrity of something that was maybe, I heard famous, like famous in your town or on the block or something like that, but I still feel like you're gonna revamp it somehow. Maybe you just walk into a place and you just don't even work there, but you have a really good idea for somebody else to have success. You do have tiny, you know, acts of kindness here to help. Like if you own let's just say you own a restaurant and there's a restaurant right next to you, or you meet another restaurant owner, you know, in the next town over. There's something about you guys all supporting each other. If you're a hairdresser and, you know, you meet someone else and they're a hairdresser, you're not in competition for the clients. There's something where even if it's not your business, you helping out others is just putting that generous energy out there, and it's gonna come back to you. I just heard 1,000-fold. There's enough for everybody. And now I see that style thing. So let's just say somebody comes to you, and let's go with the hairdresser, because that's kind of what I see now. And I do see hairdresser and restaurant. Let's just say they come to you and they're like, I want pink hair. And you've done it a couple times, but that's not really your specialty. But in that consultation, you know, you're pretty honest. You'll be like, I think it'd look amazing on you, but if you're gonna do the pink hair thing, you want to get it done right. And my friend Susan that works at this salon down the street or wherever, she's your girl, man. She can do it. And I feel like you need to give her a call, even though I would love to give you business. It's that, then what if, you know, Susan has somebody and they're like, oh, you want a pixie cut? You know, I'm good with the coloring stuff, but you got to see my friend. It's like that flow of energy. You know, if someone comes into your restaurant and they're like, can I, you know, they expected to get pizza or something like that, and they look at the menu and it's not really what they want, but you're like, well, my favorite pizza place is like right down the street. Why don't you go check them out? And another time, you know, when you want this cuisine that we have here, bring your family, you know, first drinks on us, or whatever it is. There's something about you helping out your community, or even just friends, because that will come back to you. I like how these have interesting messages that come through. They're very unusual for a tarot. Let's get one more. What is one more to be helpful for the collective on bicycles, touch of kindness, innovation, passage, expression? Please and thank you. One more. Workshop. Maybe you're handyman. You know, that's one of those jobs that maybe you can advertise, but when you find a good handyman, that's the one you call. Maybe some of you are learning to do something in a workshop that it's not, I'm getting like many different skills now. Maybe you're going to learn a trade. Like, how amazing to have the skill to be an electrician or a plumber, or something that's a niche, like a specialty. You know, I did see metals or jewelry, or I don't know why I just heard calligraphy, but I feel like some of you are also going to be helping a friend that just doesn't know how to put a shelf together, or maybe they're moving. I also feel like some of you do something just as a hobby, and maybe you just give your stuff away or only make it for your house, but there's a way if you do it and you really love it, maybe you can do it on the side, but I feel like you can do really well selling it. Also, make sure you value not just the love you put into it, but how much time and effort you put into it. I just saw this artist, and I wonder if I can find it again. I don't know his name, but I saw that video and I was like, oh, I want to do that, because I've done a lot of stuff with resin. Even enameling is one thing with jewelry that I've done, but you know, resin with orgonite. I've actually made things out of the resin and then put them into, you know, jewelry. But I also made a resin organic or orgonite toilet seat one time. I'll just put that out there if anybody I forgot about that. If anybody knows what orgonite is, and it has that like healing capability and tapping into energy, I thought it was a great idea. Like, hey, you can make it look beautiful, and there's no better place to get better energy than when you're sitting your ass on your toilet. Feel free to take that and run with it. You know, that is my gift to you if you find that inspiring. But this guy, I'm gonna get back to it. Okay, so this guy, you got a knight and a king of tools, by the way. So you are maybe writing something. That was the first thing that came down. Maybe some of you are writers, or that's a business plan. Let's look at both of these, but I'm going to talk about that video because Rose, thank you. Getting curious. I just have this little tripod and it's not that stable. Thank you. So this guy took like driftwood, and you know when wood has holes and it's crazy looking, and then he'd lay it down and he'd polish it up and make it all smooth, and then he would lay fresh flowers in between the wood and then make these gigantic, gorgeous freaking tables. It was so beautiful. It was like beautiful and art and everything. So maybe you're doing something like that. That is kind of a combination of like softness and strength. You know, it's an art that he probably learned from somebody, you know, carpentry, and then maybe did a few things in resin, and maybe he knew something from the florist. My phone just got dark and I don't know why, so hopefully it doesn't run out of juice. And then he combined it all together to make his own expression. I feel like it's maybe not that exactly, but it's that energy I'm getting. So you definitely have air energy here. You're thinking, you know, it's communication. That was the first thing. It said a career in communication. Well, the knight really dives into something fast. Although this particular knight is kind of chillaxing, but maybe he's typing really fast. So maybe there's a lot of fast action going on, but it doesn't always have to be physical, like, you know, forward movement, like that knight is flooring that horse. There's something about maybe the combo here of relaxation, meditation, but there's something still kind of moving. Professional, I did see a copyright, didn't I? There you go. Professional copywriting and editing service at your hand. Or what does that say? Like at your service. No, that doesn't make sense. All right. Words have power. Yes, they do. Pay attention to the words you use. Pay attention to the words you speak to yourself. You know, are you doubtful or down on yourself? Or you're like, yeah, this is a weird dilemma, but I am going to find the solution. I can figure out this situation. Because I do feel like there's something you had to take apart and put back together. I don't know what that is, but I see like that shelf and nuts and bolts and stuff all over the place. The king of tools, so this could be a progression. You know, you start with these experiences. It starts from the plan. You start to do something more and more. So even if you were doing something, I'm even getting kind of for free, you know, but you're consistently doing something. It's you getting better. It's you practicing. So maybe by the time you were paid, or by the time you were discovered, or whatever it is, you've put so much practice into something that you're already at that point where you're really into, you know, that full expression of what you could be than what you thought the plan would be when you just started. I hope that made sense. The king of tools is like the king of swords. Call us today. What else does this say? Handyman workshop, service and repair. I just thought of a cobbler. call us today, up to 30%. Interesting, because I brought 30 cards from the other deck down. Savings. He also has a pretty amazeballs tool belt on. I feel like maybe one of that invention or something like that is having something handy. You know, like, you know, your pencils. Like I see it like Revenge of the Nerds, like your pocket protector. Or like, you know, your cool tool belt. Something like that. So I see like paintbrushes by you. I actually just thought of this thing my dad invented years ago when we went blueberry picking. He put like, it was so cute. He put like this weird, it was like a bucket thing around his neck, and he had like a belt on it and put 2 holes in the plastic. And it was a way, because the blueberry bushes we went to were so high that to like put it down, you know, it like took away your time. So you kind of like, I look like I'm milking a cow. Thank you for being here with my channel. I know I am like the weirdest reader ever. But like, we pick the blueberries and then like fall into the bucket. So like, again, something even as goofy like that, it's time saving. You know, it's something like that seems silly, but you can make like a fortune off of your blueberry bucket idea. Also, if some of you want to take that idea, feel free. So let's go to something different. I'm going to pause you one moment. I have 2 of my little boxes here, so I'm going to pull some cards from the other deck. I wanted to use these. I'm excited that these were in there. I didn't realize I put the little, it's the botanical inspirations, and I did see that artist that put the flowers in the resin. So let's get you a botanical inspiration. Also, I like that these have quotes. I'm a fan of the quotes. And you do have, you know, all of this writing. Maybe somebody's quoting you. What is one message of inspiration right now for the collective? Please and thank you. Guess what you got? Very appropriate. So you got a violet. I want to say like Violetta. Maybe that's somebody's name. Faithfulness and modesty. Modesty is a shining light that prepares the mind to receive knowledge and the heart for truth. That's pretty. Madame Gouzout. I just thought of a kazoo. Isn't that, I don't know why maybe you connect, I don't know, I want to say that you connect to aliens, but do you remember, you probably don't, we did have all that vintage stuff come back. So maybe I can even find it for you guys and put a clip in the things. But if you remember, please give like a little alien symbol in the comments or something, because I don't know if I'm alone on this. There was a weird alien. Was it kazoo? In the Flintstones. And I just heard Mitsaplex. Now I can't quite get if it was kazoo or Mitsaplex. But either of those, if that makes sense to you, like, you know, drop a little weird emoji in the comments. Back to the quote. Modesty is a shining light that prepares the mind to receive knowledge and the heart for truth. I looked at that as 3333. So there is something here with a preparation. Also maybe an unlearning. You gotta sometimes make some room in the old brain files for, you know, new inventions or new ideas. Also, there's something where you have that energy of complementary colors, because there's the purple in here and the yellow, and those are that complementary color. They're very different, but when you have yellow and you want the yellow to pop, you put it with purple and vice versa. So maybe there's something about complementary styles or personalities or ideas where your idea is pretty good, pretty beautiful, but when you put it with something else, it pops even more. Let's get you one more, because apparently I'm auto shuffling, which means another message needs to come through. What's another message from the Botanicals Inspirations? Oh, you have a tulip. It's interesting. I think there was a time when tulips were one of the most valuable things in the world because they were so rare. it's friendship, and we're going back to gratitude. I like this. This is the same quote that's on the 10 of Cups. I think it's the 10 of Cups in the Art of Life. So it says, let us be grateful for the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners that make our souls blossom. Marcel Proust. So it is shining a light on the others that come into your world, you know, whether that's new, already in your world, or you're grateful from the past for, because they put a smile on your face. They added a little warmth to your heart. Maybe they opened your mind. But if somebody's in your life and they make you happy, that you're happy around them, you vibe and, you know, groove together, spend more time with those people. Tell them how grateful you are that they are in your life. Tell them I love you. So let's keep those. I'm going to put this back in the box because I don't want things getting wet. I like these earrings. I did just get them, but they're tickling me. They're tickling me. Maybe you're getting a little tickle. Maybe we should do the mystery. Let's do a mystery message or two. I have the whole thing here, but no way I can hold the whole thing. So let's just bonus message right now for the collective. What would be helpful to know? Freedom. I mean, the first thing this is, it said you need to be free to express yourself and your creative ideas and express your, look what just floated down here. Huh. Freedom to express yourself, your truth. Maybe some of you need a little more freedom if you've been overworking, or it's about being even in a partnership where you're offered that freedom. I'm getting like where you don't feel, I don't know why I heard, feel always watched, but that would be overly so to where it's uncomfortable. I feel like the more freedom you have, the more you want to be where it's free. But now it's by choice. Let's get you one more from this. What did I just say? I heard that message. Tell somebody that you love them. I'm going to tell you right now, I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my soul family. For joining me and Rose here on the rock in the middle of the creek. Thank you for being here on our journey together. Because it's all about a journey. It's constant growth. If you've been wanting to tell somebody, I love you, what's holding you back? Because the true I love you is not to get an I love you back. It's just to express the truth. So let's go to let's grab another section of this and get you a couple more. What are a few more mystery messages? Maybe it's the freedom to love who you really love. One more from this, please, and thank you. Here we are. Now is the time you have. You know, maybe you're always wanting it to be another time or, you know, on a certain schedule. This is where you are. It's interesting because I saw that stuff on the Alien. And don't they have that like meme or something where it has like the Earth and it says like, here you are. I see that very vibrant right now. It might be like slightly different in its phase, but what are you doing with where you are? And if you're thinking about doing something else, how can you adapt and make some flexible changes so your here we are feels like I don't know, I actually feel like you're like, here we are. I actually feel like you're actually like stepping on stage or something. I actually feel like somebody's been waiting for you, but maybe they didn't know that you were arriving. I'm not sure what that means. But I see somebody like walking into the room and they're like, here we are. You ready? Are you ready for this? I feel like some of you might be auditioning for something. Because I see like an audition, like on stage. And Maybe you're talking amongst yourself, like, here we are. You guys ready? Let's go. Huddle, huddle. Maybe you're on a team or something like that. I also feel like some of you might be arriving somewhere, like via plane, train, automobile, boat, bicicleta. And you're like, here we are, man. We've been thinking about this for a long time. Now, what do we do first? So, interesting. Maybe there's something that you've been planning on and it's going to come to fruition. It's almost, I'm getting unbelievable that it's actually happening. Huh. You do have all that invention stuff coming through, so maybe you're finding the last piece of the puzzle. Maybe once that puzzle is put together, I feel like you need to display something, because you know, when I saw all that resin, right? I saw all that resin before, and now I'm thinking of the glue that they sell so that your puzzle can stay whole, and it's now like a painting, and you like put it on the wall so you get to see the thing that you spent so much time with. I hope that makes sense for some of you. Maybe that's just kind of an energy message where you're displaying, or you get to see. Maybe I just saw like the first dollar you make. There's a reason why people, that's actually a feng shui thing. There's so many different, bear with me, there's so many messages coming through today. There is a feng shui reason behind the people that have that, even if it's a dollar on, you know, the wall or in the resin of their counter or wherever it is, or they keep it in a book that they made on something, because it has an energy to it. It's that beginning seed. It's that beginning gratitude of all the blessings that are to come. So now interesting. I'm getting different messages. Now I just saw you writing yourself a check on what you want to make, and like within maybe a time, like almost like a manifestation technique, just like, you know, that check is going to come in. Write yourself a check, you know, and sign it and be like, it's going to be like $4 million by the next 5 months, whatever it is. Put it in there and have that be part of your manifestation, that you know it's going to come, even if you don't know how. You're going to get piece by piece that puzzle put together. One more. What is the last message from the mystery deck, please? And thank you. Ooh. Interesting. But you got that lazy, but I feel like that's also a card we need to take. Dance. I mean, maybe you're doing a lazy dance. I mean, that could be kind of fun. Hey, what is that, like up against the wall, or like the, you know, the chillaxing, like you're like grooving at the, you know, grooving with the music. Maybe some of you just need to dance. Maybe if you feel kind of lazy, that could be a solution. Dancing can change your energy, but if some of you feel like, oh, I don't know, I heard that, like dance monkey dance. If you feel like you're always like getting the runaround or being pushed around, or you got so many things you do, you feel like you're in a freaking circus, then maybe it's okay to have a lazy day. All of, you know, a lot of these cards I still read both ways. I did see you like stepping up on stage. Maybe you're getting off the bench. We'll take that. I feel like we should pull another one. Maybe you're gonna hit it out of the park. Home run. What's one more, please and thank you. One more from the mystery deck. That one. Do not, maybe you're having a lazy day, and you actually need to tell someone, like, you know, I don't know, like, do not respond. Things going on here. You know, I do feel like some of you, it's about your response. Maybe somebody hasn't responded to you. Do not respond. There might be somebody you just shouldn't respond to as well. If you get anything, I am getting like an extra weird thing. If any of you do have maybe somebody who's lazy, maybe you're always off the bench, you know, dancing around others, you know, dancing circles around others, and for some of you, maybe the last piece of that puzzle, it could be to maybe cut the strings of maybe somebody who's holding you back, not holding their weight. Pitching in or helping out. If somebody is just kind of lazy and you feel like you're always doing everything, then it is okay to say, nope, that's not working. This situation's not working out. And it's time to get off the couch, but you're not going to be on my couch. Wow, that was a really weird thing to say. Or like in this place, or on this project, or whatever it is, in this relationship. And I feel like for some of you, if you have a weird energy around you and they are hoping for a weird response from you, hoping to kind of like, because I see this to like stir something up, ruffle your feathers, you're like, nope, just don't engage. No response necessary. Sometimes a non-response is exactly what you need to do to help yourself. I hope that helps somebody. Sometimes, no is a full sentence. Sometimes you have to be the one to say, nope, can't do that, plan something fun, and that is my first priority. So let's see. Let me dig in my bag here and see what I got for a final message. I actually did bring the universe card, so beautiful. I feel like these were fun messages today, and I also feel like a lot of these messages were supposed to go to very specific people. So you'll know when it's yours. It's going to be that message that kind of twinkles a little extra. Also, I'm very proud of Rose for being such a good girl today. Ow. It's okay. It's just a piece of wood. It's a piece of wood. It's good. She saw it floating. Floating in the water. All right, what is the final message for the collective, please, and thank you. Final message from the universe. You're safe, you are protected, the worst is behind you, and you're ready to move beyond the challenges that were set for you. If there was a challenge that was set for you, it was so that you could overcome something. It's so you could get stronger. It's so you could not repeat that. My battery did not die, but I did run out of room. I was almost at the end here. Like the last little phrases here, and my phone ran out of room again. I do have a lot of videos in this thing. So let's start again. You are safe. You are protected. The worst is behind you, and you are ready to move beyond the challenges that were set for you. You're ready to skyrocket, man. Lessons have been learnt. That means you're leveling up, moving along, and it is safe for you to trust your path. Your soul wants you to learn to get better, and that requires to be in the school of earth, which is not easy here. I see that like here we are thing. Where is it? Here you are. But I still feel like you're ready. You're like ready to, I don't know. I kind of see like you took an AP course and you're ready to be like that kid that just goes to college when they're like 7. Energetically and spiritually speaking. So trust your path. Wherever you are on that path, I feel like maybe we should do a big hurrah at the end here. I think I can maybe get Rose to jump in. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Come on, yeah. Woo! Maybe that's not gonna work. Let's see if we can do it. We're gonna make this happen. Come on. Wait. Hold on. We don't want to take all the cards and everything with us. Come on over here, this way. Woo. Ready? Go ahead, do it.